with the Bee Gees and Chain Reaction. Good morning.
BBC Wiltshire.
Simeon Corty.
Our MPs start 2014 knowing it's their last full year in the job before a general election. During the next fortnight, we've invited each of the county's 7 MPs onto the programme to answer your questions. Did they do a good job in the last year, do you think? Did 2013 see them deliver on the promises they made to their constituents? And what do they still need to achieve in 2014 if they're going to keep their jobs when we all go to the ballot box? Justin Tomlinson, Conservative MP for North Swindon, is the first of our parliamentary guests after 10 today. If you'd like to put a question to him, then you can. 08459 513366. Our number, the text is always 81333. Start your message, Swindon. We'll talk about obesity in just a few minutes and later in the programme. As we start to stitch together our New Year's resolution club, our reporter Karen gets to grips with a pair of knitting needles to find out how many people are learning to cast on, knit one, purl one, hopefully not drop one. I know what you're thinking. A knitting story, Sim. What a yarn.
Just close your eyes and then remember the thoughts you've locked away. When tomorrow comes, you wish you had today. And as we sit here alone, looking for a reason to go on, it's so clear that all we have now are our thoughts of yesterday. If you're still there when it's all over, I'm scared I have to say that a part of you has gone since yesterday. And as we sit here alone, looking for a reason to go on, it's so clear that all we have now are our thoughts of yesterday. Well, maybe this could be the ending, with nothing left of you. 100 wishes couldn't say I don't want to. And as we sit here alone, looking for a reason to go on, it's so clear that all we have now are our thoughts of yesterday.
Strawberry Switchblade and Since Yesterday. I know, long time no hear. What a tune. Sim here on BBC Wiltshire. Welcome to Monday morning. I hope your weekend was a good one. Were you gander flanking at all? I hope so, in some form. Your gander flanking tales, very welcome on a Monday morning. What were you doing with your free time when it came to doing a bit of messing around at the weekend? What did you do? Tell me how you gander flanked. 81333, start your message Wiltshire, or you can call us right now, 08459 513366. The email address, if you'd like to contact me, is sim, S-I-M for Muppet, at bbc.co.uk. There's a very real chance that many of Wiltshire's children may have a shorter life than their parents, and it's all down to obesity. Today, the National Obesity Forum is saying that up to half the country could be obese by 2050. The Forum is an independent professional organisation working to improve awareness of the risks of being obese and advise on how best to lose weight. It says we need action at all levels to persuade people to live a healthy lifestyle and wants the government to consider hard-hitting ad campaigns. Tam Fry is from the National Obesity Forum. He says these findings are not new and the government has to take responsibility.
These predictions, in fact, were made in 2007 originally by the government, and they said in 2007 what the figure would be in 2050. Our position, however, is that they've done nothing for the last 5 years, and therefore it is very probable that we'll have a worse situation. Either that the figure will be higher at 2050, or in fact that figure will be earlier. I put the responsibility fairly and squarely on the government. The government knew right back in 2000 that we had a ticking time bomb, and the bomb has gone off, and we have had no really concerted action from government. It's the government that can make the difference. Individuals indeed have a responsibility to see what they're eating and how they're exercising, but unless the government actually steps in and regulates the food industry and the drinks industry, everybody is going to be having food which is less than healthy, and we've got to clean that up before we clean up obesity. And Tam Fry says there are things that could be changed if the willingness was there. Well, for instance, last week the Action on Sugar said that we've got to reduce the sugar content, added sugar content, by 30%. We would totally agree with that. It is possible. They've just succeeded in America at cutting out 6.4 trillion calories from their foodstuffs. And we would say if the Americans can do it, so can we. Fat tax is also on the cards. I don't agree with taxing food, because food is really essential, but certainly fizzy drinks is on the hit list. And Susan Jebb, who is the boss of the Obesity project in the Department of Health, came out yesterday and said that she would welcome a tax on the fruit juices, which contain perhaps more sugar than you would realise. So, what can be done? And who is responsible? Angela Ross runs Physique boot camps in, among other places, Tidworth and Salisbury. She's got some opinions on this. Angela, welcome to the programme. From what you see in your day-to-day work, do you agree that obesity is getting worse?
Oh, obesity is definitely getting worse, whether that's with children, adults. You just have to look around you on a daily basis and see that we've got a massive problem with that. We definitely need to look at re-educating people on the importance of choosing healthier foods, having a healthier lifestyle, and also the impact eating the wrong types of food has on their health. And I think that's a big thing, is to focus on health rather than saying, you're fat, lose weight, because, your health is really, really important to you. A holistic approach, then, you think? It's not just about the calories? Surely that would be the way to fix obesity, though? No, absolutely not. It's not all about calories in, calories out, eat less, move more. That kind of that approach just doesn't work. We see that as health professionals. I think people do need to be educated into the right types of food to be eating, and the right type of exercise. But it's not all about calories. And I think, especially children, primary school children should be getting education in school, in cookery classes. Health education would be great, and obviously that needs to go all the way up the board through, into your high schools, and obviously to parents as well. We do have health education in schools, though. All three of my children have been to different schools over the years, and they've always had health education. They're already told how to eat healthily and how to do lots of exercise. Yeah, I don't think it goes far enough. We should be bringing back cookery classes like we used to have, back in the day when I was at school, which was quite a while ago. And we should be bringing back cookery classes where they're actually taught how they can cook healthy foods that doesn't have to cost the earth, and that can go all the way, obviously, back to the parents again. Cookery classes in primary school. I would personally love to see free school meals come back in all schools, so that we know that all children in primary school are getting a good, rounded, healthy meal. Isn't it true, Angela, that for some people they can't afford to eat healthily? Absolutely. This is something that, I think the government can definitely help with. I don't think the fat tax is going to be an answer, so I don't think putting a tax on unhealthy foods is really going to help. Cigarettes are quite pricey, yet people still smoke, so they will find the money. I think what we need to do is the government needs to look at lowering the price of good quality, really healthy organic foods, bringing those prices down so that people can afford to eat healthy. You can eat really unhealthy food and it costs next to nothing, but to get some healthy food, it can be quite costly in some people's eyes. So whose job is it? It's interesting to hear this report today, looking at things that you've mentioned there, like the fat tax, and looking to the government to intervene, maybe with hard-hitting
adverts. Is it the government's job, or is it really just down to the individuals?
I think it needs to start, right at the top, and the government has to take some responsibility. However, I do believe that individuals need to take responsibility for their own actions. Adults, parents need to be policing, if you like, what their children are eating, especially when they're at home. And we do, it's up to us to what we put in our body. No one forces it. So that's one side of it. I would like to see things like, less takeaways, less takeaway shops in the high street, which would be great because, that's something that the government control, at a local level. They get planning permission to put. We've got 10 takeaway outfits on our high street in less than the space of a mile. So, what kind of message is that putting out there?
Do you think if there were fewer takeaways, there would be fewer obese people?
I'm not sure that would be the answer, but it would be a step in the right direction.
Anything being done at the moment that is helping?
It's helping. Yeah. I mean, I think, like you say, we are getting back to improving sports facilities in school off the back of the Olympics. But I think when we get to high school age, that tails off a lot, mainly because I think, teenagers don't really want to do sport because they haven't enjoyed it. So we kind of need to make sure that stays all the way throughout. So that when teenagers leave school, they've got a healthy approach to what they should eat and the type of exercise they need to do to make sure that they've got a healthy body. And I think that's the main thing to look at, is to have a healthy body and stop kind of going on, saying, like, well, you're clearly overweight, you must lose the weight. Improve your health and your weight will come down.
Angela Ross from Physique Boot Camp, thank you very much indeed. Really interesting to hear your point of view. The time now is exactly 9:20.
Travel.
BBC Wiltshire.
Let's see how the roads are looking this Monday morning. Here's Ben Williams.
Thank you. Morning, Sim. Still got some delays on Salisbury Plain from Tilshead down through towards Shrewton. It's not helped by some flooding on the road now on the main A360. Queues in the rush hour this morning built far as back as West Lavington. So very slow going just at the moment with those delays. Elsewhere then, it was looking slow going on the M4 eastbound around junction 13 for Chiefley and Newbury. There was a lane closure on the eastbound exit slip. That has been cleared now. Traffic now back to normal, and it was slow as well around junction 6, Slough and Windsor, but again that's been cleared after the morning rush, so not looking too bad now. Chippenham bypass on the southbound from the Bumpers Farm roundabout down through towards Sainsbury's looking slow. Cowan and Marlborough just in the centre on the A4, just busy in places. Swindon's looking slow going on the inbound side